Good morning. Today is June 21st, 2024. I'm back with an update on my semen retention journey. This is video 11, I think. I'm not keeping track of the videos, to be honest. I just look at the YouTube thing and I see how many I've uploaded so far. I think this is 11. Like I said, I'm not keeping track. I'm not trying to keep a streak. I'm not trying to burden myself with all that. Because if you do that, then you have all that pressure on you that you're trying. And it should just, if you're going to do it, it should just happen naturally. I haven't done anything. I haven't indulged in any sexual activity. I've had instances of weakness, or not weakness, but where I want to say this. If you're planning on doing this and you're in your head about it, don't do it. Don't do it because it's not going to be sustainable. Like, I see the thoughts come every day. Go to this website, go to that website. And by the grace of God, I'm able to just watch it and leave a blank space for God to take care of it and free me from it. And then they go away. But they do come. Every day they come. They come and they try to convince me to go back to it, to go back to it. But my desire is not there. It's not, and I don't see the reason for it. So I just let him pass. And yeah, I haven't done anything. I'm still retaining, still going. Like I mentioned in one of my videos, me and my wife are in the process of separating right now. Probably divorcing. And I made a lot of mistakes. Or not me, but this thing driving me was causing me to do things that I shouldn't have done, that you shouldn't do in a marriage. And I was doing all those things ignorant to the fact that there was something driving me. But I realized that same spirit that was driving me is driving the people around me. And everybody's just being driven by something else that is not them. And they don't know it, they don't realize it, they don't see it. I don't know why they don't see it. If you tell them about it, they get mad. If you say something, they look at you weird. And that's why I realized that I'm not trying to convince anybody. I'm just watching myself and watching what's happening with me. And I'm putting it here on YouTube for myself so that I can go back to it and see my progress and see my journey, in a sense. And if it helps anybody else, it's a plus. Like I said before. But today I want to speak about love. The love that we've been taught by society, by our family, by the world. It's not real love. I can certainly say that nobody in your life loves you. And you probably don't love anybody. Because it's all about us. It's all about what we can get from the other person. And I see it. It's because I've seen it in me that I'm able to see it in other people. I'm going to give you guys a perfect example. And this is just an example. I've already spoken with my aunt, who I call my mother because she was the one that raised me, but she's my aunt. And I realized that even she didn't love me. When she was raising me, growing up in the Dominican Republic, my dad got me papers to come to the United States when I was 6 years old. And she raised me since I was 2. And raising me was kind of, if you ask her, yeah, she says, yeah, I love him, and it was out of love and all this and all that. But I've noticed, now that I'm working on myself and observing myself, what's going on with me, I noticed that whenever I didn't send her money, she would get upset. She would tell other people, oh, my son is ungrateful. He doesn't take care of me. He doesn't do this for me. He doesn't do that for me. He doesn't call me. He doesn't do that. And I realized, it's like, wait a second. I thought you raised me for free. I thought I didn't know that you raised me expecting that I was gonna be your way out of poverty when I grew up. And I was like, that is not love. Because love shouldn't expect anything from anybody. And one thing I learned at a very young age is, and it's something that I live by every day of my life since I was a little kid, is don't ever do anything for anybody expecting something in return. Because the moment you do that for somebody else and you're expecting something in return, you're not doing it out of love. You're not doing it out of caring for that person. You're not doing it for the betterment of that person. You're doing it for yourself. Whether you're getting something from them physically or you're getting an ego feeling from it. Oh, I helped such and such. I feel so good about it. You're getting something from it. The love that God has shown me is, listen, I love you. Even though you've done the things you've done, I understand that it wasn't you, that it was something else driving you and you just didn't know. And I love you. That's what God has shown me. I could sit here and beat myself up for masturbating, for watching porn, for doing drugs, for doing all the things all the vices that I have. I can sit here and blame myself and cry over it over and over and over again. And how is that going to help me? It's just going to put me deeper and deeper and deeper in the hole. And what God has shown me is, I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. I just care that you're available for me to work through you, for me to work through your life, for me to work through those vices. And this is day 11 of no porn, no weed. I haven't smoked weed in 11 days, which like going cold turkey for me, it was like I've done it before, but before, when I did it, I would notice that I would get easily upset. I would get easily cranky. I would get I would be in a bad mood. But this time around, I'm at peace. Like I don't need it. When the thoughts come, I just brush them off and let them pass. And I'm not attached to it. I'm not holding on to it. I'm just letting it go. Even the thoughts about, hey, go to this website, go to that website, talk to this person, talk to that person. Even that is going away. It's fading away. And how do I know that it's not me, that those thoughts are not me? Here's how I know. I'd like to say a couple months ago, I was doing one of my vices. I'm not going to go into detail because it's personal for me. I was doing something, one of my vices, one of the things that I have been conditioned to do. And after I finished doing that, this thing that was driving me said to me, "Did you enjoy the show?" And I was like, oh my goodness. It was like it was so real. This thing said to me, "Did you enjoy the show?" I laugh about it now, but it was kind of frightening when it happened, because I was like, wait a second, where did that come from? Did you enjoy the show? Like, this thing was putting on a show, and I was an observer of it. And when I saw that, I was like, wait a second, this This is crazy. But that would happen if you observe yourself, if you watch yourself, if you watch the things you're doing. Your vices are not the sin. The sin is being unconscious about it. Because if you're conscious, you'll be able to see them and not react to them. But if you're unconscious, if you're thinking yourself, oh, I can do it on my own. I can restrain on my own. I have the strength to not watch porn. I have the strength to not do this, to not do that, to not drink, to not smoke weed, to not do all these things that we've been taught that is the sin. No, the sin is thinking you can fix it. That's the sin. When you think you yourself can fix it. And the only one that can fix it is God. The only one that can come and take that away from you is God. Think about all the things in your life that you've wanted to change. Why hasn't it changed? If you have the power to change it, why hasn't it changed? And that's what I realized. All the times that I tried changing it myself, I was being God. I was in the way of God. And what I've done is I've just taken myself out of the way so that he can come in and do what he needs to do to liberate me from it. Because on my own, I can't do anything. On my own, I can't do nothing. It's only him working through me that can get me out of this conditioning that I've been put through my entire life. My life is a mess. My life was a mess. My life was a mess. Look at where it's got me. It got me to a point where my wife wants to divorce me. She wants to leave. Or because I'm no longer trying to manipulate or be manipulated. In my whole relationship, I was always trying to get something out of her. I was always, and I know some people are probably going to say, oh, well, that contradicts what you were saying earlier about not doing something to expect something from anybody. Yeah, I was doing it unconsciously. I was doing it to where if she didn't give me sex, oh, she doesn't love me. If she didn't, that was the main thing, sex, to me. If she didn't give me sex, oh, it's because she doesn't love me. I was expecting something from her. I was expecting sex from her. And now that I'm not expecting anything from her, she thinks I don't like her anymore, and she thinks it was all about the sex. And it was at first. But now it's not. Now is, hey, I'm going to accept you whether you give me sex or not. I still love you. And that's what I want to leave you guys with today. Observe yourself. Ask yourself. If you observe yourself and then observe the people around you, you'll notice that everybody's trying to get something from you. And you're trying to get something from them. And if you can grasp that and realize that, you can be free from it. I hope you guys have a great day. God bless you all. Leave a comment. Hit a like. Whatever. Take care.